Okay, this is just going to be a down and dirty sharpening knife. And I guess I should show it's dull. You know, this thing wouldn't cut butter, cold butter anyway. So just a matter of probably 7-8 minutes to sharpen it. Now the guy is a neighbor, fairly regular, wants it sharpened. He's got a couple knives he wants sharpened, and I'm hanging around, and yeah, I got an hour before I'm going to have to take off, so what the heck. I might as well make $25 in an hour. So I didn't turn him away. You know, I recommend they call ahead of time, make sure I'm here, make sure I can do it, da-da-da, and normally we make an appointment and they drop them off and pick them up whenever I can have them done. But the guy just saw I was here, walks up, wants 3 knives sharpened. Kind of hard to tell him no. $25 and I've got an hour. So I do a line, you know, from the heel to the point. Gives me just kind of a little bit of an angle. I try to set it up on a straight line between those two. I set it up on the halfway point, and then I bring this down, centering it. I flattened the stone recently, so it ought to be good to go. And I was using this cube on my KME, so I know that, you know, it's out of whack for this machine. Now, I've just reset it to 0, put this back on here about center, and I zeroed it for this machine right now, and it's on 17.9. Now, 17.5 is a real popular number for me, so nothing unusual. All right, we're dialed in for 17.5. Now, just for giggles, I'm going to take and, as every now and then, these guys will resharpen them or have somebody resharpen it, and it'll be all out of whack. And as long as it's my angle, my sharpening, it's $8. Now, if I find out, you know, he's taking this somewhere else and they've cut a different angle, then it's a reprofile, which is $8, and sharpen, which is $8. That's 16. So here we go. So we'll take this and get at it. It's removed all the ink, and it's done it quick. Ink's gone. So I've already messed up one way because I didn't set the length on the throw either direction. So alright, so we're good. So we'll just get with it. I got the 120, my closest stone, and we'll get with the program and get it sharp. Like I said, he doesn't care about, well, I figured I'd already got a burr, but I haven't, so I'll just back up here until we get a burr. Now, it took the angle, so it should be the correct angle. And let's see, just for giggles, I guess you can look on the tape and you'll know how much time I spent on this. You know, for down and dirty sharpen. Now, I could have taken this to, you know, my Tormax or something like that, and it would take me so long to set up. You know, it's not worth my aggravation. You know, and I just don't do little knives like this, are just a pain on the Tormax, so I just don't do them. You know, normally, you know, I'm going to sharpen a 12, 18 inch, you know, 24 inch on that, and, you know, it's more money, it's more time. You know, it takes more time to set up. I've got a little burr right there in that curve, but I don't have a burr here in this, down by the heel or out on the nose. So we'll work that some more, and until we can get that burr showing up. Now, this knife's nothing fancy. It's just a plain Jane. I don't know if it's the Victorian or but it's that style of knife. You know, not too expensive, you know, probably 30 bucks, and it's a working knife. Guy carries it to work every day, uses it, and likes to have it sharp. All right, looks like we got burr everything except right on the nose. So we'll work this nose just a little bit. The point, nose. And it looks like the heels a little bit. Now, I'm not going to get too crazy about, you know, trying not to bump around here on the end or this perfect. This guy just doesn't care about that. You know, I mean, he wants it reasonable and he wants it sharp. But fancy, polished, all that is not his thing. He's just a working guy. It's a working knife. There's no need, you know, to get crazy. You know, he's more concerned about cost and that it's sharp. So we'll just, you know, down and dirty this, and, you know, I expect, you know, 10 minutes ish. You know, it's got 3 knives, and the other 2 are kitchen knives, and 1 EDC, pocket knife. And I mean, this thing's fairly soft, so I expect it to come in. It looks like, it's my normal 17.5. It's got a burr all the way both directions. So I'm going to just give it a couple of strokes. Take the burr. Jump to the 220. If I can get my hands on the 220. There we go. So we'll jump to the 220. So we got our burr on the 120. We'll go ahead and wipe this off. And I guess we already, rolled that burr was soft enough. It just went ahead and rolled it to the other side. So I'll give this a little polish here. And I'll take the worst of that 120 stone out of there. So this is what I just call a down and dirty sharpen. Doesn't want any polish, doesn't want anything fancy, just make her sharp and cheap. And I can't blame him, it's a working knife. Sharpen it, every month or something, I don't know. And pretty regular. He's a regular customer, drops off $8. Does tend to be a little bit of a pain because, he'll drive by and just see I'm here, and here he is. Would be nicer if he called ahead and, but, usually, he brings 2, 3, probably normally 3, and wants them sharpened, and of course, wants it yesterday. He's gonna run to the store and something else and come by in about an hour, and if I don't happen to be here, I'll just leave it on the porch in the box, and he'll leave $24 and pick up his 3 sharpened knives and go away. So I don't know if I'm just going to show this one or the 3. Alright, I expect that to be reasonably sharp. Not pretty, not fancy, just reasonably sharp. I'm going to throw the strop up in here, give it a few licks, try to be sure that any burrs are gone, and then I'll try to show you it's, reasonably sharp. Now, doing all that polishing basically doesn't make it any sharper, just makes it prettier. To cut whatever he's got to do, and he's not overly worried if he damages it or anything. It's got a screwdriver and a couple tools on it. He's carried it for years. His dad was big on this style of knife. He's carried them, I don't know, must be 50. So him and his dad were big on these, and let's face it, $30, screwdriver, nail file. I'd have to look at it closer to see what it's actually got, but several little utilities. One down, I call that down and dirty sharpening. We didn't do anything fancy. It cuts, and he'll be happy. He pays his bill cash, goes away. Can't ask for really a better customer for the most part. We're all sharpened up. We got all 3 knives sharpened, ready to go, and this is what we're calling the down and dirty. They're sharpened only to a 220 stone. The guy wants them sharp, cutting, not worried about shiny and pretty, just make them cut. So it's $8 a piece. We did this in under an hour. I think about 45, 50 minutes. That includes camera, mics, setting up, blah, blah, blah. So I like to take and strop them. I use a big strop. And the bigger the strop with your compound, the more stropping action you get with less work. Now, a lot of them, they got 6-inch, 12-inch. I just soon make it 30 and we can take it on down. In my opinion, do it a lot faster. The other thing is, I like to put my handle on the back. That way my hand is out of the way. So if I get to talking or whatnot, I'm not going to come up and slice my hand to the bone. Now, customers just starting out, they always want the pretty strops. So you get online, Amazon, whatever, and they buy a cheapo strop, $25 or something, and it's pretty. I got to give them that. They get the prettiest leather and whatnot, and all you can say is, it's pretty. But I'm all about, does it work? So we give the little pocket knife a few strops. This is a one-sided knife. We only sharpen it on the one side, and it always kicks the burrs over here, so I'll take and run it up this strop several times, and it will roll those burrs off. And then I'll give the other side, and we'll go back and forth a few times, and that'll knock the burrs off. Now, this kind of knife with big serrated teeth on it is good. It's a shredder. It's not, a fine slicer or something. So it doesn't cut paper too hot. I mean, it will, but not pretty. That's so we got a fillet knife. We'll give it a few. And like I said, he's not into pretty and polished and so on, so don't have to get too fancy with it. So we'll grab a piece of paper here out of the phone book. All right, so it's cutting very nicely. Cuts here to the point, no problem. I'm getting in a hurry. I'm getting short on time now, so that makes things worse. So at any rate, we've sharpened the knives under an hour, stropped the whole 9 yards. I'll slip them in little knife guards, have them packaged up, ready for the customer to pick up. If he's running late, I've got a box. He can just open it up, leave his $24. We're good to go. So this is down and dirty. Get it done. We'll catch you another day, and I hope you have good sharpening. We'll see you.